Hey, boys and girls, welcome back. Today's Wednesday. We are working on lesson 8.3 in your math books. So if you have those books, you can open up to 469. We are working on multiplying whole numbers with fractions using models. Okay, let's take a look. So it says here that Raphael practices the violin for 3/4 hour each day. So one day he practices 3/4 of an hour, another day 3/4 of an hour, and so on. He has a recital in 3 days. So how much time can he practice in those 3 days? Now, we could use a model and we could think 3 days times 3/4 each day. So let's, here would be day 1, day 2, and day 3. So let's shade in. So on day 1, he could practice 3/4. Your shading might look better than mine. Okay. On the second day, he could do 3/4 again. And on the third day, he could do another 3/4. Again, your shading probably looks neater than mine. Okay, so one group of 3/4, so one day that he practices for 3/4 hour would be 3/4. Two groups of 3/4 or 2 times 3/4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/4. I'm going to just do it over to the side. And then 3 groups or 3 days practicing for 3/4 hours would be 3, 6, 9/4. And you could think about it like we were just saying, 3 days times 3/4 would be 9/4. And just like I was saying in the video for Monday, I have my whole 3 times my 3 groups, or I'm sorry, my whole number 3 times my numerator 3 to get me my 9, and we keep our fourths because everything is still cut into fourths. That's why we're not doing anything to our denominator. Okay, so 3 groups times 3/4 would be 9/4. How could we do that using repeated addition? Right, so I could just do 3/4 plus 3/4, and I'll try to do that. 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4, because we know that repeated addition is the same as multiplication. So we have 3 groups of 3/4, or 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4, or 3 times 3/4. Okay, we could also use patterns and see a pattern. So if we use a model, we could see the repeated addition, and we could also multiply by a fraction and a whole number. So here, if you take a look, this is one whole group and a second group. So that's why it's 2 times 1/6. So whole number would be the number of groups. So that's one group of fraction pieces and another group of fraction pieces, 2, times the size of the fractions in the group, 1/6, and another 1/6 gives you 2/6. Then you have here 2 groups, and it's times 2/6 in each would be 4/6. This one is 2 other groups. So see how our whole number didn't change because we still have 2 groups, but our fraction pieces changed because of the number of fractions being shaded. So this is 2 groups of 3/6. So 2 times 3/6 equals 6/6. So that's why, and you can see that 6/6 total are shaded. When you multiply a fraction by a whole number, the numerator in the product is the product of the whole number, because that's what we are multiplying by. This is not going to let me write it very quickly and easily. Whole number, I'm just going to do the number sign. Whole number and the numerator of the fraction. I'm just going to do an N for numerator. You guys can write it. The denominator is the product. In the product is the same as the denominator in the fraction, like I said before. So the denominator doesn't change because it's not getting cut up into different pieces. Let's try some together. Okay. Didn't erase from the other guy. So if I had a picture, let's see, and I'm going to cut it into 6. So I have 2 holes, two circles, and I'm going to cut them both into 6ths. And I'm going to shade 5/6 in each. So what our multiplication would look like would be there's 2 holes times 5/6 in each group, which would give us how many 6ths total shaded? Good, 10/6 would be total shaded. Now, you could have done repeated addition, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 10, 6, and added, or you could have done 2 holes times 5 got me 10, and my denominator does not change because I did not change how many pieces I'm cut up into. Okay? Let's try another without a picture. So if I had, let's do 6 holes times 2/3. Now you could draw a picture if you want, but like we just talked about, you could do your 6 holes times 2, which is 6 times 2 is 12. And we're talking thirds. Okay? Now, if you wanted to make it into a mixed number or a whole number, like if I went back to 10/6 and I wanted to make it into a mixed number, I could think 6 can go into 10 how many times? 1 time with how many leftovers? So it's like 6 and then 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 4 leftover. So that was last chapter. And then you could think 3 goes into 12. That's 4 holes. So, either or, but you want to make sure you remember and practice how to change improper fractions and mixed numbers for the next lesson. Okay, let's try one more. Let's try 3 holes times 2/5. Okay, I hope you're doing this. 3 holes times 2 is 6, and we're talking fifths. Okay? Tomorrow or Friday, we're going to practice where we have whole numbers times fractions, and we are also going to be practicing whole numbers and mixed numbers. Okay? Have a good day.